What's interconnected, yet unique, sturdy, but goes with the flow? Well, if you were thinking of our mangroves, then you're absolutely right. But if you didn't know mangroves had such unique qualities, well, this speech will help give a better insight into just how resourceful these lush green plants can be. Hi, I'm Evan Flatley, and I'm here today to talk to you about our mangroves. Now, not only do they serve as a home for a wide variety of our marine life down here in Florida, especially in Tampa Bay, they also serve a vital part in protecting our state and city against natural disasters. Now, what is a mangrove exactly? Well, according to an article written by the National Ocean Service this month, April 2020, we can see that a mangrove is a tree and shrub that grows very close together, much like here, in coastal intertidal zones. Now, there are over 80 different species of mangroves. And what about those native to Florida? Are there any in Tampa Bay? Well, there are actually 3 types of mangroves native to the state of Florida. We have the white mangrove, the red mangrove, and the black mangrove, all of which can be found inside our very own Tampa Bay. Now, how could these pertain to natural disasters? Well, some natural disasters that we suffer from here in the state of Florida are things such as flooding. Now, according to the City of Tampa's very own website, an article titled Flooding gives insight into 2 different types of flooding that we suffer from in our city. First, we have localized flooding, and secondly, we have tidally influenced flooding, which is where these mangroves come into play. Furthermore, we also suffer from hurricanes here. In the state of Florida, a hurricane is a type of tropical cyclone that develops over our tropical warm waters, much like the Gulf of Mexico. Now, how could these mangroves help alleviate damage, especially from natural disasters? Well, according to the article, mangroves protect economic activity from hurricanes, written by the National Academy of Sciences. We can see that every year is another reminder of the possible damage that can be done from natural disasters. It can happen in a matter of moments, and these significant losses only lead to a held-back economy, as well as putting our society and community at a disadvantage. Though, with the help of these mangrove forests, we can help mitigate these losses. What about flood control? The erosion that comes from flooding? Well, the roots of these mangroves control the movement of tidal water. This causes sediments to build up along these roots, ultimately shaping the muddy bottom. Now, mangrove roots stabilize the coastline, reducing erosion, storm surges, currents, and help better aid in the flow of water, and even increase the tide. Now, the intricate root system of mangroves also makes an attractive forest in which fish and other species can find refuge from predators. Now, how could this affect the audience, including myself? Well, being that we are in Florida, we have vast majorities of these mangrove forests. Though, being a fisherman, I can attest firsthand into how essential these are in making a good day for fishing. Now, before I jump into just how important it is for myself, without the mangrove system here in Florida and in many other places as well, we would all be subject to way harsher conditions, especially when a natural disaster occurs. Flooding would increase and cause harmful erosion, and the damage from the wind and storm surges could be detrimental. So, in conclusion, the Florida mangrove system is a quintessential balance holder in our state's fragile and diverse ecosystem. And without it, the difference would be more than noticeable. It is because of these interconnected forests that canals thrive with wildlife and are no longer threatened with these forceful efforts to deforest, which is why our conservation efforts for our mangrove system here in Florida is at the forefront of our problems. Now, I'd like to thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to share. Yes.
So what do you think is the best way to make sure we have enough mangroves to protect ourselves? Should we be planting them? What should we do?
Well, that's a very good question. Personally, I believe that the conservation efforts we have going on right now, such as replanting, conserving, and rebuilding, such as repairing branches that have been broken from storms, is all that we can do for now. And with this, I'm sure that our conservation will prove dutiful, and we will suffer less from natural disasters.